Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Welcome to Essence of the Keys. I have here in my hands, this is the knife style that I've made a few of. So just a small EDC. This is a Damascus blank. I bought this, I think I ordered it off of Amazon, and I've just used it as a pattern. This is another knife I've got. It looks like Damascus. I really don't think it is. It was sold as Damascus, but it come from overseas. I got it, it was like a couple bucks. I got it just for the shape, and then when I got it, I didn't really care for the handle. The shape of the handle here. I don't like that, and I don't know what this other hole. That might be for a ferro rod. I don't know, but I don't really care for it. So, like I said, I've made a few of these already. I really like it, but I wanted something bigger, so I got to thinking, what if I took and put those two together, and I come up with this. I don't think you might be able to make that out just a little bit. So I took the handle off of the one I've been doing, and I added the blade of the other one, and I think I'm going to try to do that. The main purpose of this build is just to kind of experiment around, but I've got a new grinding jig that I bought, and I'm going to try that out, and I wanted to show y'all. It's similar to the one that I made. It's just there's some key features that I like that I thought I would share. So let me cut this out, and then I'll get back with you and show you what we're doing. There's a couple other things I wanted to show you as far as knife making that I've come across that I wanted to share. So let me cut this out and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the rough shape. I think that's going to be a nice little like a hunting knife, or I don't know, it could even be like a chef's knife. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. So I'm going to talk to you about geometry. I know this is a maker's channel, but we have to use mathematics. So the way you lay out your bevels, and I'm getting this from a book called Simple Knife Making, A Beginner's Guide to Building Knives with Basic Tools. I've got a few tools that are a little more than basic, but you could do all this by hand. I did use my bandsaw and belt grinder. This is by Nicholas Tomihama. I'll try to put a link to this in the description. Got this on Amazon. It's got some really good information in it. So the way you lay out, if you haven't ever done this, you need to know the thickness of your metal. This is like 3 millimeters. I don't know what that is in inches. Although I am in the US, I find it's easier to use the metric when I'm doing stuff like this. The math is easier and quicker. I can do the other math. It's just easier. So the best way, if you don't have calipers, and you can get cheap ones, I've got a couple pairs. I absolutely hate them. If I can ever find some that I want to spend the money on, I would love to get some Mitutoyos, but I don't have that kind of money. So one of these days I'll find a pair either of dial calipers or a good pair of digitals. The bad thing about digitals, the batteries are always dead, it seems like. So the easiest way to find the center, if you don't have calipers, get the thickness, get a drill bit that fills about the same thickness, lay it flat, put the drill bit tip right there, and score it after you blew it, or use a Sharpie or whatever. I have Dykem. This is Toolmaker's Blue Layout ink by Seymour Professional. I also do have a Dykem pen, and that's where your center line is. Then you want to score lines on the face of the blade the same distance from the center to the outside, and then do that over and over and over. Just add that amount each time. So if you go from the center to your first line, that's 45 degrees if you do it on both sides. So it's like 22.5. If you go to the second one, that's going to make it 22.5, which would be 11 and 11 point something, and it just keeps going. So it just depends on what kind of knife you're wanting to make. So now for the fun part, I've got to find what I do. There, is that it? I need to put the choil in, but I was going to show you this new jig I got. Okay, so I got the knife mounted, and as you can see, I set my angle like this, whatever it's going to be. Pass it across the belt grinder just like before on the other one. The difference is all I got to do to turn it is that, and then I go the other way. It keeps it exactly precise, and it's very repeatable. This is aluminum, so you still got to be kind of careful when you get up to the belt because you can grind into it. I haven't used this yet. I'm hoping, and you can tighten that to where it doesn't flop around. It's got adjustments here. So I'm going to move the camera around and get my PPE on. I'm pretty happy with this. I don't know if you can see this on the camera or not, but there is a bevel line right there. I used a heavy grit to remove the bulk of the material, and I'll go back with a lighter grit. But I'm gonna quit right there for today just because it's fixing a storm and I need to get stuff taken care of. I probably will go ahead and put the choil in. This is my long week of work, so probably won't have a follow-up video on this until next Monday or Tuesday-ish, and I'll probably do the finish grinding, heat treat, and well, I have to drill holes for the handle, heat treat, and do all that stuff, and then finish polishing it and whatnot. But just wanted to show you this jig, because let me get this. The way it works is just, I thought was pretty ingenious, because the jig that I made, it works great, but you have to remember to make a mark and clamp it in the same place every time, or you get off your lines. With this, once you put it in here and you lock it down with these bolts, there's 4 bolts. This handle just happens to be a little bit too wide to put all 4 of them in, but that's fine because you still got 3 points of contact on there. So once you get it in there, it's got spring-loaded pins here that hold it from going this way after you put it on, and Make sure that's even in the shot. Yeah. And then you make your passes on the belt, and you just take it off, flip it over, make your passes on the belt, 2 or 3, count them, and try to put the same amount of pressure, and hopefully your belt's tracking true. And then you just go back and forth and back and forth. To adjust your bevel, you have this, and it's got a jam nut, a little wing nut here to lock it in position. But you know, the further you go that way, the tighter the bevel. If you go in this way, it's going to be you'll have a thinner blade, a thinner, sharper blade, but it'll be more fragile. So I'm trying to kind of go somewhere in the middle and make it sharp but beefy. Eventually, I'm wanting to do some Damascus. I've finally got an anvil yesterday, but I got to come up with a stand, and my hammers have disappeared on me, so I've got to come up with some new hammers. So that is, I mean, that could be a kitchen knife if I grind it thin enough. I've played with the idea of taking and doing a peened surface on this, and then, you know, having the cutting surface pretty much at a mirror polish or pretty close to it, and that would work well with as a chef's knife as well. What are you guys' thoughts? Let me know, because like I said, the only thing I'm probably going to do is put the choil in. So like I said, there's a storm coming in. I'm fixing to get out of the shop and go back in the house. Anyway, where I'm going with that is I'm not going to be finishing this knife, so let me know what you think. Should I do a peened hammer or hammered look on the part up here and this shiny, or should I make it all shiny, or what? That's where I'm going to leave this video. I appreciate you folks watching. I got a lot of good feedback on my last video. I gained some new subscribers, so welcome everybody that's new. If you're not subscribed, we are trying to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year. We've got a little over, not quite 2 months left. We got this month and next month. So do me a favor, hit the subscribe button if you're not. Hit the like button, share this, comment. Again, tell me, should I hammer this or just leave it shiny? Thanks for watching. Y'all have a wonderful week. Be safe out there. If you're in the Midwest, there's some bad storms coming through. Looks like there's some more tornadoes. I know a tornado hit Tulsa last night. My daughter lives in Tulsa. She's fine. I think there's another round of storms going to hit Tulsa this afternoon. I'm in Springfield, Missouri. We've got thunder and lightning, and it's going to be an eventful evening. So everybody be safe, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.